This is your favorite host, Omar. Welcome back to another stream. Today we will be focusing on a couple of tasks. We want to implement type plus operator based filter value selection. What does this mean? This is specifically coupled with how when you're filtering on a specific column, depending on the data type, you're going to have a different set of values. So this specific task is not to give you a list of those values, although that is a cool feature, not supported as part of the MVP, but rather how when you have a number, you can show a number input. When you have a date, you can show a date input. When you have a Boolean, you can show a Boolean input. So this is our focus today, and I've already built it. You'll notice all the tabs that are open here. So that's gonna be it's gonna be a bit of testing, a bit of tinkering, a bit of iterating small things. You're gonna see how I debug things and move pretty fast. Then we're gonna fix prettier. It's become a bit of a problem for whatever reason. These are moved all the way to the top, so I need to fix that. There's gonna be a small chore. Then some quality of life improvements in terms of how you toggle all of this. So we are very much so keyboard people. I know there's a bit of shift to use voice as a way for human-computer interaction, but specifically for developers, which is going to be the primary target for this tool, they are very much used to their shortcuts. So Command F is going to open the filtering panel, and escape is going to close it, so we'll need to support that. Luckily there's a hook that Mantheme provides that's pretty neat that we will be using. What else? I think that's pretty much it. We got a lot to cover, so let's get started. I'd also like to test with React Scan to see the performance of this. I think something very simple, such as just seeing here. I'm curious how often this re-renders console log. Because it really should not. Okay, it doesn't really, only when this is good. But I should add that. So I would say another feature chore is to really add React Scan to the repo. Okay, so it's working pretty well with a string. The other thing that I would like to do is, so let's add a list of things that we want to test. So filtering tests. So number one is string operations. So I want to make sure these work pretty well. So all string operations. Okay, so let's start. So the first thing is not equal. Well, what about not equal? Yeah, this one was pretty slow. It would be nice when was that painting time? Yeah, that is painting time. Wow. Wow, that is painting time. Why is that? Interesting. Can we go back? So this is some small optimization. So there's so I would say optimize queries for data changes. It's crazy that right now the bottleneck is literally at the UI layer, so it's not even at the also I'm getting lost by this, so I'm just gonna say this is okay, very cool. So in my hook here, use async data source. We set this thing, we set the reload tick, and yeah, it couldn't be the damaged cells. There is some form of painting time, but it's not even this. So this was called, and then it takes a while. Oh, you know why? Yeah, so I know why, yeah. So this change is actually not great. So here we do the d.length. Yeah, no, this is not correct. So in this case, so what is the logic here? So let's see. This music's pretty vibey, by the way, but what is the logic here? So realistically, this is going to return a d.length, which is going to be 1,000. So really so it's 1,000 versus the minimum. Yeah, so this is really what I want to, yup. Yeah, so, so what we're gonna do here, yeah, we're gonna just say row count. And it's crazy how slow this for loop is, so so let's see. So this should really improve the performance of this thing. So let's see. So if we're equal, it's pretty fast. If we're not equal, it's also pretty fast. So that was a huge change. So I'm glad that we fixed that. And if we go to equal Egypt and do my city, Zamalek represent, fast, and it's pretty good still. Amazing. Okay, so that's good. So we fixed some performance issues. So now we can save this. I would say we can save just that. So just that. Let's see. Fix. Improve performance by avoiding damaging the entire grid at once. Because like a million, if you grow beyond that, like it's just ridiculous. So very cool. All right. Hold on one moment. Be back. Fire. So I am back. Sorry, I was just organizing my windows. Now I am back. So I see we just committed and fixed this massive improvement. So it wasn't necessarily that this thing is slow. It just was lack of performance. So that's great. So let's remove this for now. And it's interesting because this is actually, it's sorting by population. So if I remove this, okay. It's funny how for DuckDB, these numbers, like a million rows, it's just stable. Like, it's just child's play. So funny. All right, what do we want to do now? So let's test the rest of the operations. So country. So this is really fast. The US, very fast. Let's make sure that this is 9-to-1. Yep. And then the other thing that I want to do is, okay, so let's do greater than. Okay, this is right. What about greater than B? Sweet. What about smaller than B? Nice. Sweet. Okay. What about like? So this is anything that contains B. Nice. What about not like B? Okay. There's some like additional logic that I'd like to implement. I do think that in general, the So when we change the field, we reset the value, but when we change this field, it resets the value. When we change the operator, should it reset the value? I'm not sure. Okay, very interesting. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So this already resulted in some bugs. So let's go to our filter pane. I almost kind of want to create like a We'll test it. We'll play around with it, but I think this makes sense. Let's see. This might be nice to make it into a use callback, but it's fine. So, tags input. Sweet. It's actually pretty nice. I really like the experience. And like, let's say AD. And let's also make the population first across both of these countries. Um, I kind of like it. Kind of like how it's like growing with me like this. The part I'm confused about is like it's pushing more this way, but I like it. Is this true? So like It's like impossible to see. 3 million. I'm curious to see what on the server. It's very good. Oh no, it's extremely good. We'll need to do some quoting around the column names for SQL to work correctly, but yeah, no, this is great. Okay, what if if you change this to not in? It's interesting because it didn't actually reset the input in this case. Hmm, because it was still, Yeah, I'm intrigued. Let me do one thing. If I change this to an equals, it actually works. Change this to an in. So this is fine, and if I do US, it's fine. That's crazy. 38 million. 38 million. It is working beautifully though. I'm intrigued that what is this ref supposed to be? So in this case it doesn't actually end up changing. Hmm. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens. Why does it not when I do? Oh, also, does it even? It's interesting. It didn't. So when I changed it to and it didn't focus. Why is that? Oh, do you think that's part of it? Hmm. Oh, I wondered if it's because. Yeah, I wonder if that is the case. Okay, so let's hold on. Yeah, let me do that. So on the filter pane, let me do a set timeout. And if I do nice. Okay, fire. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. Tags are working. What else do we have on the docket? Okay, so then, um, let's test where population, if you want to say, is is empty. So yeah. So this is where it's gonna get very interesting. Uh, so here, so this is perfect. The reset input is perfect. There is really no input ref, so what we actually want to do is we want to the selector ref, and then we actually kind of want to blur. Okay, so I actually want to blur. So let me go to my filters. If the condition dot operator dot includes empty, then we're gonna first of all blur, and then second of all we're going to let's see that in action. So I want the country. Sorry, I want the population. I also don't care about any of these. I think if this condition is not complete, it should not execute. But I want to say where the population is not empty. Okay, what if I want to say it is empty? Perfect. So it actually works. Um, okay, essential. And then there's some interesting stuff with the um, margin. So here's my thing. Let me see. There we go. That actually worked. And then yeah, it looks pretty good now, I think, in my opinion. So this is also working. Empties, if I do not empty, working. If I do on the country, and why did it not? It should. Oh, but there's no input ref. So I think you need the same logic, which is so if I just say city, nice, nice. it's really, really fast. I'm pretty happy about that. I wonder if you do, for the command bar, I wonder if we do mauto, if that would work. That's actually very sweet, right? Because it's like hard to detect when it wraps. Let me see. Can we have some logic such that when it wraps, we use mauto? That is too crazy. That is actually too crazy. No, I wouldn't want to do that. Is there any way to do that via just CSS? Okay. So no, I think you actually need to do something like mobile. Fire. Yeah, fuck this shit. Doesn't matter. Riptastic. So now we have the string operations. Can we say check? can we just say this, or I think we tested everything. Fire. All right, let's move on. So in terms of the population, let's test on that. Should do that. Let's do for a second greater than or equal to 42. That works pretty well. Cool. What else? So I would say number operations are good. For whatever reason, we don't have the ins. So that should not be the case. We should have ins. String number. No, that's not here. Types. So per column, we just need to exclude these. No, keep these. Gonna be tough, in my opinion. So I'm going to exclude them as well. But for number, it's pretty easy. We're not going to be able to test this here, so we'll have to test it on the larger CSV. And also we don't have any dates. We don't have booleans. Okay, so we need to test booleans. Okay, so let's start migrating to the CSV. Interesting. I don't know why this was open. Probably was a bug because we changed some names of stuff, so. Alright. So let's start with the Boolean stuff because I think that's very interesting. Yeah, so let's take a look at the click valid. Yes, so click valid. We might need to open this guy and see if how the columns are coming in now. We have these as date time, IDs, date time, header string, and we don't have any typings. Okay, so let's actually delete this. Ah, this is actually a good test. Because I want to see if that changes. It basically reloads. it should, but I just want to double check. There we go. These icons are actually like not the best. All right, let's start with click is valid. I really like it though. I like its implementation. So let me just take a look at it. So for that would be the toggle input. Really, it's just a boolean. Okay, let me remove this. There is some sizing, so let's let me remove any of this. Yeah, I think the other thing too is like, let me span this. No, let me just do. I'm just gonna do a color. So class name. Um, I'm also gonna stick with the 400. Yeah, it's a lot more subtle. And then I'm gonna remove this hover. I'm gonna make this gray. And I like this active. No bordering though. I like that too. If we remove any spacing, okay. I think the hover should be dependent on the color, so let's do that. Yeah. Let me see if I can say, okay, this should be like a width full flex one. Nice. And how can I say it should take? So why is this not taking the full? Um, I don't know. There's a lot of I wanna just look into this, zoom into this a bit. So, hover BG is green. It's also not toggling. Yep. So we need to toggle. Who knows if this is even filtering? So let's just see. It's definitely not working, but we'll fix that. First, let's fix the yeah, because we need to trigger that. But let me just pause for a second, and before I let's see. How can I make this button expand the height of the flex container? Hfull is not working. Does the container have, hold on. Yeah, because maybe we just need to do a P1.5. Okay. Now, let's see if that actually works. So, nice. Fire. Okay. Like my little dance. A beautiful day in New York City. February 22, 2025. Yeah. 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 This music is way better, and YouTube doesn't come after me saying I got copyrights. So I think everybody's happy here, right? All right. So this is weird, where like you have like a not equal false, so like a true, which didn't even work in this case. Yeah, and this is why I think like there's a lot of logic. I hate that that is the case. I think it's gonna be super buggy to just expect every single. So I think by default, let's just reset and then on the server, I just won't do anything. If like the condition is not complete, just don't do anything or just don't return or like throw an error, like like just don't do anything. So this will So this is interesting. I actually I didn't realize that. So it's not equal. Yeah, why is this not? Hmm. I'm curious if. Yeah, because hold on. So yeah, I basically reload on every single thing, you know. It's gonna be like, yeah, why is this not getting sent? So what are we saving here? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the filters. Oh, when you... Yeah, I think don't clear it. I will say the only thing I will do is... So the only thing I will do is use effect, and on launch, all I'm gonna do is if the condition dot value, if it's an array, if it's not an array, then condition run in action. No, that's not what I would do. I'm just actually gonna set it to an empty list. So let's see. I think now if we do equals to false, that works. If we do not equals to false, this should also work. Oh, interesting. Well, who's quoting this? Quoting. Let me make sure that these are not. Hello, also, like, this is actually not being saved. Why is value set to undefined? Okay, hold on. Else. Okay, so booleans are working now. So number. Let's take a look. Next thing is to test the dates. So, okay, let's do the day. Nice, bro. This looks amazing. So this was June. Let's do 6/15. And the format of the day, and that's what I was wanted to figure out, is if the format of, yep, fire. If I change this to date time, I think there's a console log though somewhere. We definitely need to support the between use case for sure. This one's complete, by the way. So date operations. What about the date format? The date format is weird. So Mantine. Why does this not blur? Handle focus. So dates are fine. I think we just need to support the between operation. That's the only thing. I think other than that, it's working beautifully. Let's see, do we have a time here by any chance? Should do this. So let's say we get rid of this. We add a condition about the lead ID. Nice. Okay, very good. Very good. Pretty impressed. ¿Qué más? So I think that works. Let me see if there's anything. Yeah, there's the time, but it's gonna be hard to test that one. I'll have to see. But so far, this is like, I don't think anything compares to this level of operation. Um, in terms of sizing, for whatever reason, the logical operator is not taking the right amount of space. Like, why does it not understand that this is not a suggestion? I think you kind of need to say min width. Let's see if this fixes it. Yep, now it's aligned. Okay. Like I'm saying, this is like very few people can build this, so I'm pretty happy about it. All right, amazing. I'm gonna move on. I think there's definitely still bugs, but it's already a massive start. So, date input. Yeah. So this kind of goes back to what I was saying is like it didn't even detect that this is an ID, did it? Like publisher token, like this is a UUID. Did it detect that it's an ID? Probably not. So let's take a look, because I really care about clutter. Which one is this publisher token? All right, yeah. I'm gonna rip out a couple things. So, this is gonna be a bit more destructive, but let's get to it. So for the column, let's take a look at the column types. I'm gonna remove date. I'm gonna keep date time. No, one more thing is like Let me take a look at my filters. I'll take a look at my filter input. So I'm going to remove the ID completely. String, boolean, number, date, time is gone. Was it useful? I mean, it is nice if there's no time that it's just set to 00 by default. Yeah, let's keep that. I don't really mind that. I don't think it's gonna add too much burden on us. I do think that the ID thing is useless, so I'm just gonna remove it. I love TypeScript because we have a date input, we have a date time input, so it's pretty sweet. Cool. So now the only thing that I would have to remove is when we go to the CSV metadata query, probably this guy just maps to a string. I don't even have a loading thing anymore because I don't need it. All right, I'm pretty happy with this. So let me commit this. So let's see how well Cursor is pretty fire at generating commit messages. Very good. So this one is done. All right, let's move on to fixing prettier. So prettier for some reason has been weird. So we set these rules to sort the okay. So let's see what is the best import sort order. I want to use Grok. I've been playing around with Grok, so let's see for prettier import sort order. What is the recommended order? adjust this, we are using this library, Trivago. Is this a Is there a better library that I should be using? This one's interesting. It just does it by length. Wow. So, what library are we using again? Just to make sure that we have the right one. Okay. So I think this is probably part of the problem, is that we don't have a import sort order. So let's see what it recommends. So what we're gonna do starts with a tilde, and we're gonna say dot I think you just say dot star, and then at the very bottom I like this. Thing is, we don't have any of these, so let's see. We don't have core utilities, we don't have server, we also don't have UI, but what we do have is we could just say so these are internal dependencies. Yeah, last thing is this is the last thing, which is so this is not gonna work directly. If I refresh like this is a problem in cursor. I love to watch the cursor changelog. These guys ship so frequently, it's crazy. I don't think they update this. These are like let's see if this works. It did. What it did not do I think you want to maybe say I still have to close it and reopen it. I find that pretty ridiculous. You have to do that. Okay, so this actually broke it. Which is optional. And then you have a dot star. Then I need to close it and reopen it for it to work. Wait a second. Fix this, please. I don't like that, so close, reopen, vibe coding at its best, especially when it's something that does not matter. Yep, this is good. Okay. So let's see, something is weird because why is this thing? Okay. Yeah, let me change this to a default function. Okay, and now, wait, what is the problem? Yeah, let me just remove this case. Okay, so two things that I would like to run. First is prettier. Basically, we need a function to fix everything. So, format. Specifically, or JS or JSX. So let's run this npm. And we have the lint. We also have the type check. So it's weird that it's only working when How come it's not working from here? Hold on. Let's see. You could actually see what is happening by prettier. But the VS Code format on save works. Yeah. Let's see, I doubt. It's not picking up the Trivago configuration we have at top prettier. Yo. Actually, see. When I run prettier dash dash right, but when I save in VS Code, works flawless. Yeah, because which hmm. Let me see. It seems like I might need to. Let's see. Maybe Grok is better here. This works perfectly from the when I save from the S code the CLI, it does not. Hmm. Let's see. So what about VS Code? VS Code extension. No, it's using the right one, but yeah, I think this might be an issue in. Let's see if this works. Well, it also fixed that one, but this one is fine. Hey, I guess, okay. Maybe you're right. Mm. Type check. Dash dash. Nice. Let's see if it detected that this is the issue. Okay. Fire. So we're on a roll. So prettier is fixed. Amazing. Let's keep going. Yeah, I'd like to add the escape to close the pane. Be pretty good. And I think the Command F support, I think both of these things are going to come together. So let's do it. So this will be yeah, I also want to clean this up for a second. Hold on, let's see. Where is this being used? So I'm gonna remove this. What about this one? Okay. What else? And I really don't think this needs to be here at all. But, oh well. It's not a bad abstraction. I just don't think it's necessary, so I'm gonna take this. Because most things are just gonna be super fast. Like, you're not gonna need loaders. Okay, so omega metadata we got rid of. This is the only TRPC method that is left. It's used a bit more frequently, so we'll keep it. We'll keep it for now. Eventually I will get rid of it. So a bit of refactoring. Let's make sure that this is fine. Yeah. Very good. Okay, so back to this. So where would we put this piece of logic? So there's a hook here called use hotkeys, and it's like a way to register this. I honestly don't think this implementation is that complicated. It's just a effect that stores the hotkeys and there's a bit of logic around this. So I'm still gonna use it because I think this logic is actually interesting. But yeah, let's see. So the place to put this would be in here, in the main page. Or in the app, at the app level. Let's do it at the home page. So the first hotkey we're gonna add is literally an escape. Okay, I think it's literally the escape. Escape key typically exit, cancel. Historically, the escape key was just single signal the start of a special control sequence, the escape sequence. So let's see how this is. It's nice that you can, okay, so it's like a 3-part array. So it's gonna be an escape. Escape. We could just console.log escape pressed. Let's see if that works. I'm guessing they stopped pushing stuff to the changelog. Just take a look.